If somebody truly unconditionally loves someone, then you don't need labels and you don't need these barriers that we've created in order to be able to label and justify a specific connection.
Shailene Woodley stars alongside Callum Turner, Felicity Jones, and Nabhaan Rizwan in the time-jumping romantic Netflix drama The Last Letter from Your Lover.
Come with me, darling. I'll be waiting.
Oh my God. Now I'm gonna have to know how it ends.
In addition to starring, Woodley and Jones also both executive produced the film. The pair opened up to The Hollywood Reporter about what drew them to the project, revealing it started with author Jojo Moyes, who wrote the novel on which the film is based, and director Augustine Frizzell.
Initially, it was Augustine. I had met Augustine months prior to this. I think we have very similar creative dispositions, and the way we see the world is very similar. And I was sent the script because she was doing it, and I read it and fell in love with the story. It is very rare that you read a script and you feel so many emotions from the page. It's like reading a really great romance novel.
Well, initially I'd met Jojo Moyes a few years ago and we had wanted to collaborate on something. I'd been really drawn to her. She writes such brilliant characters. And so this came along, Last Letter came along probably about a year or so later. And I just completely fell in love with the character of Ellie. I just thought she was everything that I was looking for at that time. I wanted to do something contemporary, and the project in its entirety, I felt like it was something that I would want to watch myself. It's just a warm-hearted, enjoyable film to watch that's gonna make you feel better about the world.
I write these words with you in mind and my heart swells. I've known nothing like this before.
Turner plays Woodley's character Jennifer's forbidden love Anthony, while Rizwan plays Jones' character Ellie's romantic interest. They revealed why they think viewers will enjoy the movie.
The thing that really made me love this script was that bond that they have instantly.
It's at once a period story. There's also a contemporary story, weaved amongst that. French Riviera looks beautiful. 1960s cars. Wide brim, straw hats.
What more do you want? Come on.
What more do you want?
When you looked at me.
You're here to write marvelous things about my husband, I believe.
Is that right? In that moment, something changed.
Shailene, one of my favorite films of yours is The Spectacular Now. It's such a wonderful young love story, but this is a lifelong love story. What do you think makes a great love story?
I think for me, what makes a great love story is when I feel like there's a piece of it that I can connect to and I can draw it back to my own personal life. Anytime that you have two people who are drastically moved by one another, to the point where every single thing that they've ever thought they knew in their life has been questioned, and they want to be more curious about the choices that they've made and the choices that they're going to make. That to me is a true love story.
Woodley is currently living out her own true love story as she recently got engaged to NFL star Aaron Rodgers. The actress opened up about how she relates to the film story of finding a life-changing love.
I mean, I think that engagements, public relationships or not, it doesn't matter how you meet people or where you meet people, but sometimes there is this alchemical connection. You can't explain it. It doesn't maybe make sense on paper, but something changes from the moment you meet a human being. But love is not, for me, it's not limited to romance. It's not limited to intimacy. I think that love transcends those things. And if somebody truly unconditionally loves someone, then you don't need labels and you don't need these barriers that we've created in order to be able to label and justify a specific connection.
The Last Letter from Your Lover is now streaming on Netflix. For The Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Tiffany Taylor.